All right, Curious Minds, which is a curious map, isn't it? It's curious. Yeah. Sorry. It's an alright map. Don't mind Curious Minds. We've got Tahn, who needs to win a game here because we are on a best of 5 and HangemHigh is currently 2-0 up. Tahn yet to get a game on the board. And so far, HangemHigh hasn't had to build a single unit apart from Lings to achieve that. So Tahn, you need to mix it up. You need to change something. You need to make something happen here. Otherwise, our reigning champ is in serious danger of crashing out in the round of 8 here in the quarterfinals. So he is going to scout, and that is good. I'm glad he's scouting. Over in Zergland, what have we got? Building a single worker. I don't know. This is slightly. What's going on with this build? We're not saturated. There's. What? These? I don't. Weird. What? Did he supply block or something? I don't actually know what's going on here. Anyway, HangemHigh is about to saturate the men. Has got the hatchery thrown down, and you would imagine we'll see gas and pool soon. But it feels a bit late or something. Pool then gas. I don't really know. I don't know what he's doing. Anyway. Anyway, it's hatch first, and that's the main thing. That's what you want to see when you scout. You want to just double check that it isn't some sort of freakish 12 pull, 14 pull, or something like that. Now, this worker is off on a fairly circuitous route, so maybe he's just going to go and hang out at this Zelnaga tower, which on this map, they're kind of out of the way, really. They're in a slightly weird location. This Zelnaga tower doesn't quite give enough view, so Lings can stream through here and you don't see them necessarily. So I don't know. I would have quite liked to have seen a proxy build or something like that. Tahn, again, opening here. This time we have got the pylon on the low ground. But seriously, Tahn, I want to see a second gateway come down. I want to see a wall on the low ground. That would be nice. And let's see something faster, because there's been a serious lack of units in the past game or two. The last game you did have more gateways, but you didn't build stuff out of them. And again, opening with the Stalker, and I'm just finding it a bit weird. You've got options. You've got adepts at your disposal. You've got zealots at your disposal. Both of them trade significantly better against Lings than Stalkers do. HangemHigh is going to lose the Overlord, assuming Tahn actually shoots it. This Overlord is deep. I don't know, the Stalker was a bit slow to get into position. Feel like if you run the Stalker over here, don't let it get to the edge of the range. You can move the Stalker in between shots. I think the Stalker gets this, doesn't it? Yeah. So a bit careless to lose the Overlord, but HangemHigh not actually supply blocked, so he has preempted that. Still though, it's not what you want. Tahn, this time, yes, building a wall. That, I feel like that's a gap, but I'm not sure. It is, isn't it? I feel like that's a gap, and there's a gap here. So, yeah, I hope he knows that. Over here, roaches is actually going to be burrow move roaches. So researching the burrow move, I can't remember what it's called. It's called something. What is it called? I don't know. It's called something. Tunneling claws, is that what it's called? It allows roaches to move while burrowed, and of course researching burrow to go with that, because it is a pointless upgrade if you don't have burrow researched. That is going to allow the roaches to pop underground and move into his opponent's base. Now, Tahn actually building an observer first. If he catches wind of this, this is going to fail hard, because the observer will be able to see the tunneled roaches. Tunneling roaches cannot, of course, shoot whilst tunneled, so you can just get all the free shots in the world off on those roaches. The worker is going to come in uncontested. The observer comes in and sees all. So you see the roach warren. You see that the roach warren's working. The worker comes in as well, but does he realize that these roaches are going to be able to tunnel? The other thing this does, it allows the roaches to regenerate very quickly indeed. This observer, is he going to see them? He is. So this observer will be able to see the tunneled roaches. So this could be a real win for Tahn, and he sure does need it. there's an immortal coming out. It's, you know, HangemHigh has actually, luckily, pandered to Tahn's build. He's built roaches, and actually Tahn has got the cure for roaches. But, right, Tahn, you see these burrow, you need to move the observer. He's just showing off that, oh, by the way, I've got burrow move. That feels very much like a mistake. You want to keep that hidden. But yeah, this observer in good position. Once the immortal comes out, you know, there's enough stalkers here with the immortal to put a lot of hurt on these roaches as they try and get up the ramp. There's also 2 shield batteries here as well. Not that the roaches are going to be shooting back, but nevertheless, these roaches are going to take a lot of hurt. So I don't know about the force field, because when they're burrowed, that doesn't really do anything, and it does prevent you from chasing. So yeah, what you're better off with here is actually the Guardian Shield, because roaches have a ranged attack. So force field on burrowed roaches is basically a waste of energy. Now you see that this is here. I feel like Tahn's being overcautious. He's got stalkers, he's got immortals. Immortals are the damage dealers here. The time to move down would have been while these Ravagers were in the cocoons, because obviously at that point your opponent is several roaches short. Now these Ravagers are going to want to come up here, and they're going to want to get some hurt on. So now you can do the force fields, now you can trap some stuff, but no force fields apparent. You're going to need more pylons. Good, see those coming down. Wouldn't mind putting one over here to stop stuff from getting in over there. But yeah, let's see how this plays out. So Ravagers throwing these corrosive balls is going to be a real problem for you. But I sort of feel like with the force fields, you've got a really good opportunity to just trap this army as it comes up and tries to drop those. You can, you know, there's quite a lot of force field energy here. Boom, boom. You could drop several force fields, and you could just trap most of this. And trapping it in next to those immortals is the last place it wants to be. 3 immortals here doing damage. Force fields, please. I don't know, man. I don't know. You can, yeah, the observer needs to be moving. Oh no, the observer's been left behind, so he can't even see this stuff. I don't know. Tahn, you know, the longer you wait here, the more, look at the production tab, empty for Protoss, empty. Loads of minerals in the bank, but an empty production tab. But the longer he waits, the faster the Zerg army is going to accelerate past his own. He's building a gas, but like, you know, this robo is absolutely idle, and it could be building a warp prism that you could be sending across the map to get in here and put some serious hurt on your opponent while he's faffing about with his burrowed roaches. This burrowed roach strat has completely failed. He hasn't got anything done with it so far. You know, so you have to realize when your opponent has turned up early with roaches, with a burrow move, they've sacrificed for that. They have given up economy for that. He's moving in here, and this is a lot of roaches. I don't know about this. This is a terrible arc for the Protoss with the roaches fully surrounded. Now 3 immortals is good, but is it that good? I'm not so sure. Tahn having to run, there's no blink done, there's nothing in production again. That's the far more disturbing thing here. You know, the engage, a little bit sloppy, but he is going to run and should make it. I would sacrifice a couple of stalkers to delay these roaches to make sure those immortals get home. Once they're in range of the batteries, they're going to be just fine. Finally, there's a prism out. You definitely didn't need an overcharge there. Everything's on full energy. Finally, there's a prism out, but I don't know, Tahn, this empty production tab is really, really concerning. Look how much money you've got, and there's only 5, 6 gateways. You know, if the Twilight had come down and we had Zealot charge, then this prism could be an absolute game changer, because it can get across the map and it can do some serious hurt. At present, it's on the other side of the map just sitting, chilling. It needs to be active, and the production tab, please, come on, dude. Get some stuff building. Look at all this money sitting in the bank. It's absolutely killing me. Yeah, so I don't know. You need to come down and kill this. What are the upgrades like? Yeah, I feel like I saw a double Evo, and the upgrades are going to finish up for the Zerg pretty soon. It is going to be missile attack finishing up first. Carapace, for some reason, quite far behind. So he's going to send 2 sacrificial roaches up to find out what the deal is, and they're going to die pretty fast. Now, army-wise, 88 to 46, that is a reasonable number of roaches, isn't it? We've got 33 roaches on the map. up against 12 Stalkers, 3 Immortals. If the Prism was up to stuff, which it isn't, then you'd fancy Tahn's chances here of having a good game. Where are those Stalkers warped in? Yeah, here. How much of the Zerg army is at home? It's mostly stuff in production. You know, so if you actually look at this army and you look at this one, did he replace the Immortal that died? I think he did. The ship this army's in isn't great. I'd like to see him move down here and actually get some hurt on these roaches, because you've got shield batteries that you can reverse up into. Finally, we've got some zealots coming down because he doesn't have the gas for anything else. But why are the zealots here and not here? You know what I mean? You could decimate here. If your opponent's army is here, what's he going to defend the zealots with at home? Nothing. I don't know. Twilight did come down, and it is researching charge. So that's good. But, you know, this army can just come out and kill this. You can just go and kill it. You've got expensive stuff. You've got 4 Immortals, 3 Immortals, 1-shot a roach. You know, so yeah, that would die pretty fast. But the longer you wait, the more stuff joins it, and additionally, your opponent is getting ahead with the double Evo, is going to be getting further ahead in upgrades as well. So yeah, given how close +1 is to finishing, as soon as +1 finishes, I would push in here and kill these roaches. But you do want +1 to finish. You want +1 to finish. There's no Guardian Shield pop just yet. There it goes. The force fields are weird. Yeah, you need another round of Zealots, and you need to be fighting in range of your shield batteries as well, which hasn't happened yet. So finally pops the overcharge on the shield battery. Look, the Zealots were parked here at home. What is that? This Viper is just bizarre. I don't know what it's doing, but it isn't winning. Yeah, the Zerg is going to have to back up. That was not the cleanest engage I've ever seen. Oh, just one more shot on the Viper, please. Come on. That's such an expensive unit. That's such a high cost. Yo, seriously. One more step forward. Snipe the Viper. Just take that out and just cost your opponent a bunch of gas. Yeah, so that was just a weird timing. Just before +1 finishes, the engage happening. And the Zealots here, weird. And I don't know. Have we got charge? I believe we have. Have we got blink? We have not. Hasn't started it. Look, this difference in production tab is really worrying me, because every time I glance in the top left corner, the Zerg production tab is busy and the Protoss production tab is empty. And that's not going to work for you. Now, this Nexus needs to live, so you need to go and protect this, because otherwise it's tap out. Has he got enough army to do it? The short answer is no, because the Zerg's everywhere. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 bases, mining away. This is now too much. The time to come and kill this, there were 2 clear opportunities when Tahn could have fought the Zerg army and won, and neither of them were taken. Blinding Cloud going down, so a bit miserable, need to pull this stuff back, and there it is. It is what felt like arguably a vaguely inevitable GG, because there just wasn't enough activity on the Protoss side of the map to deal with the growth of the Zerg. And Tahn goes out in the quarterfinals, and HangemHigh books his place in the round of 4. GG.